Where is he now? Is he well funded?
This time he has early money, which he didn't have last time. Last time the money came in very, very late, and it was hard to get all that money out the door and into the mail and the TV. This time he raised the money early, so that's an advantage. Sheriff Jackson also has a good-sized bank account, not so much from what he raised last year, but from what he's been raising over the past 7 years. And a lot of people probably are given to both candidates. Sure. So we'll see. It'll be an interesting race. I went to the first forum of the 6 candidates a couple of weeks ago, and you know what? It was amazing. All 6 candidates agreed that the 2 biggest challenges facing our county are crime and education. It was amazing.
Something's changed from year to year.
Isn't that interesting? How about the as Fred calls them, how about the 3rd tier? How about Dean and Jaron Levi and who else is down there? Tony Knott.
Tony Knott.
What about those people? What about it, Lynn?
I think they're going to be, I think they potentially could be significant in whose base they draw from.
Yeah, well,
I don't really think, I wouldn't totally write Jaron out. I think she's got a message that's a little bit different from some of the others. But I think it's going to be significant who they pull votes away from, whether it's their local base where they live or it's other connections that they might have. So
well,
they could be the spoiler.
Who would Dean pull from? Jackson?
Dean will pull from the same group that's going to support Mr. Baker.
Now, see, I think Dean pulls some from the sheriff, too.
Yeah, he might be right.
Yeah, I agree with Lynn. I think it's an area where County Executive Johnson did well last time, and that's the area that Dean represents now.
And I think Jaron could pull from some of the Baker votes that would be here, especially in the 23rd district.
It's interesting to watch, see how some of the political organizations are lining up. You know, like all of the, I think most all of the significant public safety unions and organizations have all migrated to Mr. Baker. I mean, yeah, to Richard Baker. And I think some of the other unions look like they're going to migrate to Jaron Levi. I don't know how many endorsements. The sheriff has picked up a couple of endorsements from I think one of the ASME or some of the county employees.
And the deputy sheriffs.
And the deputy sheriffs, but that was kind of a split bag there. So it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. I'm not sure, did the teachers announce yet?
No.
I don't think so.
Here's the real interesting phenomenon of the campaign in Prince George's County in the primary, and that is in the whole state in the primary, Prince George's County is going to be ground zero. Contested races for county executive, state's attorney, sheriff. Looks like maybe 4 of the 8 Senate races are going to have contested primaries. And the thing is, after the primary, if everyone is all upset with each other, Governor O'Malley is going to need every one of those votes to win and 8 weeks later, the November election. So I mean, that's a real challenge for him to bring everybody together after they've been.
And it's a short time to do that.
Right.
How about when you think about the races? How about internally within our district, the delegate race? And Senator Peters, is he going to be challenged? And I know it's you got a couple of incumbents with Holmes and who else is running? Hubbard and Holmes, and then the open seat that Jaron Levi is leaving. What happens in that? You look and you can't pick a winner.
There are a lot of candidates running
for
that vacant seat, or soon to be vacant seat.
Sure.
In District 23A, and so it's hard to say what's going to happen with that. And Senator Peters looks like he's going to have his same rival who's run twice before for the same seat, and then a 3rd time he ran for a delegate seat. So this is his 4th time running, Bobby Henry, and you know, he gave him a good run for his money last time. Now, since then, I think to his credit, Senator Peters has done quite a lot to work to expand his base from last time into the rest of his district, and has worked very hard at that. So I don't think it's a foregone conclusion, but it's going to be I think it's going to be very competitive.
What about
ticket? I'm going to throw out Peters. That anti-incumbent sentiment, and I don't.
Okay.
And I mean, I think that's across the board. I
Oh, I
think that's
think you're
governors,
right.
senators, congressmen, and local elected officials. And I even think some of the Jack Johnson sentiment is going to work against people that Jack may support.
That's a possibility. I think the race to watch in the 23rd. You know, I haven't seen whether Bobby Henry has filed, or and there's always that talk about he will. If he does file, that race takes on a different focus, obviously. But if he doesn't file, then obviously the incumbent senator will get a walk and get a free ride in the primary. And I don't know that there's any Republican opposition in the fall. But if you look at 23A, you know, the vacancy that's been created by Jerron leaving, you have the remaining incumbent, Mr. Hubbard, and now you've got Geraldine Valentino Smith, who's in that race. Nicole Williams, who's the president of the Young Dems, is in that race. Lisa Ransom, who's a young lobbyist, a very effective campaigner, who's jumped in that race. And there's a couple more.
Shakur Ahmed.
I'm sorry?
Shakur Ahmed.
Shakur Ahmed is in
has
that race.
filed.
Very good organizer, very bright guy.
Chip Ryan.
I've heard Chip's name mentioned. So there may be as many as 5 or 6 people running for those 2 seats.
I know there's the number, but you can tear that one quickly. It's Shakur Ahmed, who's run 102 times. Every time there's a vacancy, he runs. I would drop him 3rd tier. Chip Ryan, I think his father always won here, but came in last by several thousand votes. So I don't think Chip has been around or involved in the whole program. And Geraldine coming out of the council, I'm not sure whether she becomes a player in the delegate race. Now, she may well be a player, and I certainly don't know the other 2 Democrats you mentioned, but Hubbard's been around a while.
Hubbard's got
has
the
been
best
around a
name
while.
recognition of the group. Then Geraldine Valentino would probably be next in terms of name recognition. The other candidates, like Nicole Williams, has a good base from the Young Dems. Lisa Ransom has a separate base, and some of the others have their separate base. So I think you'd have to assume that, you know, Mr. Hubbard is going to be very competitive, and one of the others, you know, either my guess is Geraldine will kind of move forward, because she's going to draw from a pretty solid base in the Bowie area and the adjacent areas. Whether the others can match that, I guess, is going to be their challenge.
Now,
Well-
4 years ago at this time, none of us, I can guarantee you, knew who Jerron Levi was. And she worked
Not at
hard.
all.
Right.
Yeah, she did.
She worked very
Absolutely.
hard, and look what happened.
She did.
was,
So-
Well, she had support of the local press, and they said, you know, they shined her up with 4,000 houses. She knocked on the door, wore out shoes and all that, which is maybe. But she did, nevertheless, she won and came out of nowhere. So you're right, all the
That's a good-
people
yeah.
could have an option.
That's why
However,
you never know.
we're going to have to wait until next time. And next time, when I ask a question, what I'd like you to tell me is who's going to win.
Well, we'll all bring a crystal ball next time.
All right, bring the crystal ball, and we could do it that way.
Yeah.
But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Talk of the Town, and we'll see you again very soon. Good night.